You can have all the power tools in the world, as well as many hand tools as you can want, but if you don't have a pass-through ratchet, like one of these Stanley or Hart Tools pass-through ratchets, you're missing out. We're going to stress test one of these compared to a standard ratchet, and if you've ever been in a situation where your deep socket just isn't deep enough, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Just a friendly reminder, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris. Today we're talking pass-through ratchets. You can see here when you have longer threads and a stud sticking out, that's where that pass-through ratchet's really gonna excel. So you might find one of these are handy, but let's see if it's stronger than a standard ratchet. So we're gonna start things off with the TechCorrect Pro. This is a 3/8 inch drive ratchet. It's part number TP81211F. It's something that the Backwood mechanic uses. His channel will be linked up above in the cards, so big shout out to him and everything he's done with the quality, relatively inexpensive tools. This is a $24.99 ratchet. We're gonna make sure everything works on it before we get started. You can see some basic hand tests here. Coming in at 56 foot-pounds. And so everything's working. You can get about 97 foot-pounds. You know, if you were to put a foot down, you can get up to 125 foot-pounds with some leg force in there. So ASME spec on a ratchet like this is roughly around 150 foot-pounds. On the socket itself, that's around 185 foot-pounds. Anything over 200 foot-pounds is a ton of torque on a 3/8 inch drive tool. Something like this is really equivalent to a gear wrench product. In fact, they may even make this product and just rebrand it. But something like this should definitely be able to do 230 to 260 foot-pounds. So we'll go ahead and set up here, and we'll just see how much force we can put on this 3/8 inch drive TechCorrect Pro ratchet from Advanced Auto Parts. $270 foot-pounds. And there was a nice little shear and spark on that. It's pretty impressive at 270 foot-pounds for a standard 3/8 inch drive ratchet. Here you can see the nice clean anvil shear. So next up we have the Hart Tools 16-piece 3/8 inch drive pass-through socket set. And this one comes with a nice case. It's roughly around $21.97. And oddly enough, it's very similar, except for this has a 12-point and this has a 6-point on the Stanley. I actually wonder if some of the sockets from the Stanley, they won't fit in there because the snap ring is in a different location. Right out of the gate, that comes with a 3/4 open end on it. So we are pretty much in business and ready to go. Let's go ahead and test this out, make sure it works. By hand, 64 foot-pounds. Now something like this, it should typically get around 120 foot-pounds for ASME spec. Unfortunately, there really isn't a pass-through ratchet specification. It's really more for a box-in reversible ratcheting end, and that's what we have here. So that's going to put us right around 120 foot-pounds for our max torque. Sounds pretty nice. This has got a 60-tooth ratcheting mechanism on there. Let's see where this product's made at. So if we read all about this, this is made in Taiwan. It does come with a lifetime warranty on it, limited lifetime warranty. You can see you get 7 SAE sockets and 8 metric sockets. And something like this actually is a lot more low profile compared to a standard ratchet, because you can see at that same size, now if you're at a socket on there, you can see that to get to the same profile, it's actually a lot slimmer. Now something like this you could use every day. The hole in the middle does allow you that ability to get on those larger fasteners that have threads and that you need to slip right through. So just for fun, give it one more pull here. You can see with a little leg force there, 113 foot-pounds. So we'll go ahead and take this one to failure and see how the Heart Tools Made in Taiwan Pass-Thru Ratchet performs. Ripped out the internals at 259 foot-pounds. So believe it or not, that's pretty strong. And there's still actually some life left in there, but we tore up those internals pretty good. Let's see what happens here if we got anything left. Yeah, it's done for. So 259 foot-pounds on the Heart Tools, which is actually a lot more torque than I thought we'd be able to put on there compared to a ratchet. So just to recap, we got the Heart Tools coming in at 259 foot-pounds. We got our Tech Correct Pro coming in at 270. Both of those tools happen to be made in Taiwan. The Stanley pass-through socket set here was one of the more expensive ones. This was $29 back in the days, and this was made in China. It's no longer carried at Walmart anymore, but that's where I picked this one up, as well as I picked up the Heart Tools at Walmart. So we'll go ahead and test this one out. The one thing right away, these are really annoying on there. They're hard to get out, as well as they are rather difficult to put back in. So something like this Heart Tools case, it actually is smaller. It's more self-contained, so you can see stuff falls out of this. And well, this has a lifetime warranty too. Really like the design of this in the sense that it's in a case, it's compact, it's ready to go. So we got the Stanley Pass-Thru Ratchet, part number 89933. So go ahead and test this out by hand. Now right away, I can feel that the grip on here is, well, it's a lot grippier. It's soft compared to the Heart Tools, which is more of a hard plastic. Not everybody likes the shape. It's kind of like a egg shaped. I actually like this. Feels good. I like the grip better than on the Heart. It's also slightly longer. So let's go ahead and test this out by hand. We'll put our foot on the bench. We can get 140 foot-pounds. Wow. So that comfort grip gets you a lot better feel in the hand, allows you to throw down a lot more torque. Well, just a difference in style. Let's try that one more time. 141 foot-pounds. So everything's pretty nice on here. Ratchets really smoothly. And again, that met and exceeded ASME spec at 120 foot-pounds. So let's go ahead and take this one to failure. See how much we can put on the Stanley. Stanley to failure. $325 foot-pounds, and it didn't break. You can see that we are starting to bend the handle on here, and that actually makes this stronger than one of the snap-on ratchets that we tested. Honestly, the Milwaukee was our current leader. That was a ratchet at 300 foot-pounds. Then we had our snap-on and we had our Tecton. Those were at 292 foot-pounds. Link to that video up above in the cards. Let's get back to the rest of it. Here's the key. Does it still work? Ooh, it sounds awful inside. Well, it's actually getting a little bit better. It does still work. I would have to say, if you look at it here, you can see that we actually disfigured that, and therefore, although it did hit 325 foot-pounds, this thing is trashed and shelled. Let's go ahead and choke up on that, finish it off. But 325 foot-pounds, which makes this actually stronger than a ratchet. I'm really, really surprised. So again, we hit 316 foot-pounds just bending away at that. And it does still ratchet, but it is really disformed. That's really surprising. So a lot of you out there might say, really stronger than a ratchet, because it is. But the reality is that it failed because of the disformation on it. But if you have some ratcheting wrenches, they're pretty strong. Well, we're gonna have to come back and revisit this. We're gonna go see if we can bend this out, get into shape, and try it again. So this might sound a little silly, but we put a bunch of painter's tape on there. And we'll see if that's gonna be able to be enough to allow us to grab in here, which hopefully it will. Now we'll see if we can finish this one off. So we destroyed the internals at 330 foot-pounds. So to answer the question, is the Pass-Thru Ratchet stronger than a standard ratchet? Well, if you mean something can take a lot of abuse and the most amount of force, that Pass-Thru Ratchet is pretty darn strong. At least the Stanley one was. But a ratchet should still keep working. You can hear everything on the internals in here. Sounds like it should. And this definitely has some deformation. And I'd have to say, I can't even make a specialty tool out of that. Really appreciate you guys all tuning in. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, go ahead and give it 2 thumbs down. If you even thought that this was possible, 330 foot-pounds on a Pass-Thru ratchet, that's mighty impressive. And as always, guys, work smarter, not harder, and we'll catch you in the next video. Just a friendly reminder, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.